All right. Gang, what's the deal, man? Once again, we back, man. So I didn't get a chance to get up on it earlier, man. You know, I was sliding with some other some BI and all that though, right? But let's get straight to the point, right? So you see that Keefe had his court hearing delayed today, right? It's a reason why that happened. You see what I'm saying? Of course, they go push it back. He just got that new lawyer. You see what I'm saying? Now, the lawyer that he got is the mayor of Nevada's son. The lawyer that's about to try Keefe D's case, his mother is the mayor of Nevada, right? Keefe D was looking confident in there because he know who he got. Now, this case is a high-profile case. We talking about Tupac, bro. We ain't talking about no nigga getting knocked down at a liquor store. You see what I'm saying? We talking about an icon, somebody whose music who still lives on till to this day. Looking at what's going on, man, it's finna go down. Now, this is the thing. Y'all gotta understand. Keefe D have a lot of hatred for Puff Daddy. You see what I'm saying? Puff Daddy the only one still balling. So by this court they getting pushed back, the next one gonna happen again. They just enlisted Puff Daddy's name to the indictment. You understand what I'm saying? So all of this shit that's going on is strategic. This is strategic. The lawyer knew he wanted to push it back. He knows that Keefe D has the key to all of this, right? Puff Daddy never delivered the money, regardless of the fact that you gave it to Zip. Zip didn't give the money to Keefe D and them. So just because they had that fight at the Lakewood Mall and they jumped Orlando Anderson, that still don't mean that you honored your deal. Regardless of how it went down, them dudes still wanted their money. They never got it. Or Diddy probably start cutting him off. Maybe Diddy, I wouldn't be surprised. You see what I'm saying? They didn't get the money. Zip probably threw that. One interview, Keefe D said that them niggas sent him about 300 kilos. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? That nigga ain't in the dope game no more. Zip was probably one of them. Mind you, y'all, we did the research on Eric Zip Martin. He was one of the ones who was around with Frank. He seen Frank Lucas and all them niggas sell dope and what's his name? Something Bonds and all that shit when he was a kid. That nigga was one of the big dope dealers in Harlem. We can identify that, right? Now, this court hearing, I have not looked at it yet, but I glanced and it said delayed. So I'm looking at why would they delay this shit? He already got a lawyer. I'm pretty sure it's hundreds of information on this case. They could have started getting into it, but they delayed that motherfucker for a certain reason. So let's jump into this reaction, gang, and we gonna put it together, man. Let's go. What the fuck? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Have you read this book? If not, you're missing.
Everything leading up.
Interviews Davis gave on YouTube as it relates to his involvement. Take a look.
Why was y'all in Vegas in the first place?
Coming to the fights. We was going to the fights before the rappers. Before Suge even had a record company. We've been going to the fights since like 88, 89. Yeah. Come down there for the big fights.
So did y'all have tickets to that fight?
Yeah.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got them from my little scapper partner. Scapper. I used to go to the games, the Raider games at the Coliseum. He used to be in front of the thing. I found out he was a scalper, so we exchanged numbers. So
now, if y'all watch how when he was asked that question, look how his eyes moved. Keefe D was not at the fight. Orlando Anderson and them was at the fight. He was with Zip Martin the time. And this is where people got to start realizing, bro, how this shit is finna go down, bro. It's too much of this shit all over the place. How could you possibly been at the fight when it was only let's retract because Zip was actually at the fight. He was at the fight with Foxy Brown. See, all of this, they're trying him for murder and gang enhancement. Let's start right there. They trying him for, think about it. They didn't charge him in 2018, right? They didn't charge him in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Why now? That's the big question. What's the motive? Why now? Why charge him in 2023 when you could have charged him in 2018? You see what I'm saying? So when we're looking at this, they're stalling time. You see what I'm saying? Diddy is, I'm telling y'all what's finna happen. They just put Diddy's name on the indictment list. Diddy is definitely finna be indicted. I don't care how much money he has. I don't care what nobody talking about. You got to realize that proffer agreement that Keefe D made, they can use that proffer agreement against you. You see what I'm saying? And see, this is what he didn't understand. This is just a typical hood person that don't understand. Like, when you make those proffer agreements, you don't trust nothing them people say. It's always loopholes and shit like that. So you went on and wrote that book. Now, in that book, you said that you tossed Orlando Anderson a gun. Like, here. First of all, let me make sure people understand this is not a gun. You like, here. It's still accessory to murder. It's no way he's getting out of this. I don't care what lawyer you, now don't get it wrong. Now he's looking kind of good with his defense. His defense is looking good. Why? It's because the lawyer that he has is a hotshot lawyer. Not even that, but his mama is the mayor of Nevada. Somebody like, what the fuck that mean? Oh, his mama the mayor of Nevada. Yeah, the bitch is, I ain't gonna call her lady no bitch. You know what I'm talking about? The lady that plays a major impact. She has resources that he can access on the behalf of his mama. Of course, they're not gonna put it on Front Street. But when you got your mama's the mayor of the city, you see what I'm saying? And you have access, you have resources. It's so much shit that could be put in place with that opportunity. It's finna be a dog fight, my nigga. Let me make sure I'm clear. For those that's paying attention, that's following this whole Tupac, Keefe D, Puff Daddy, Suge Knight trial, this is finna be a dog fight. You understand what I'm saying? That book, you see what I'm saying? He made statements in that book that first of all, it places him there at the scene, right? Think about it. 9 out of 10, if y'all watch, if 4 of us go jump in the car, right? One's driving, I'm the shooter. We got 2 people in the back seat, right? Boom, we get away. But they end up somebody getting hit, somebody died, and then an old lady got hit in the neck. One of the bullets went through the window and hit a lady in the neck, right? Every last person in that car will be charged. You see what I'm saying? Right now, they only got them for murder and gang enhancement, right? You know, when you go to fight a case, I don't know if y'all ever been in jail. You never just get 1 or 2 charges. It's always going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 or 5 charges that they're going to try in that case. That's the only way that they can try to actually get justice to prevail, if you want to call it that. But when we looking at this, what's going to fuck Keefe D up? That book. You understand what I'm saying? That book is going to fuck Keefe D up. It's no way he go beat this with nothing. Come on, they hitting the nigga with a gang enhancement. That's so motherfucking petty, man. Come on, man. And I'm not going to lie to you. The lawyer that he got, he might be a double motherfucking agent. Yeah, he's taking the case. Keefe D don't have no money. This is a hot shot lawyer. You see what I'm saying? They about to play ball, man. It's finna be a dog fight, man. Let's go.
Any concert, sport event, I would call him ahead of time and get the tickets.
What day did y'all show up to Vegas?
I came on that Thursday.
That Thursday?
Yeah.
And the fight was on a Saturday. Y'all showed up on a Thursday. And if I'm not mistaken, the day before the shooting, you spoke to Suge Knight and Tupac, right? a day prior?
I didn't talk. Tupac don't know me.
But Suge Knight, you had a
Yeah, I was.
conversation with Suge
We
Knight.
was waiting on our cars at the valet at the MGM, and they pulled up, and they Rolls Royces, and
Tell me about that. Because that was a Friday. That was the day before the
yeah, and he got out and came and shook my hand. What up, big dog?
Suge Knight.
Yeah. That's why I didn't understand why would they jump on my nephew the next day. I was stupid.
Okay, so he came up to you, he shook his hand. And
Shook my hand. What up, big dog? What you doing? You know, and all the because all the bras was around him, and so they like, who the is this dude? He must be powerful. You know what I'm saying? All everybody must have looked at it like that. Damn, he just came out of the crowd just to shake this dude in. Yeah.
So just take me through that Saturday, everything leading up to the incident.
We had got tickets from the scapper dude, and he had his place all over. We was gonna meet at the cafe.
Man, let's start right there, bro. Suge Knight, got money. They had to fight randomly. This is what make me look at it like, damn, nigga, what is you hiding? Because at the end of the day, Suge already admitted that he knew you since y'all was kids and motherfucking football. Like, little small junior football leagues and shit like that. So that means that y'all know each other. Y'all had some type of connection or relation within the city. Compton is not a big city, man. You see what I'm saying? But the fact that the way he smelled, like, yeah, Suge walked up to me like, what's up, big dog? Out of nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Come think about it. Suge Knight, Travis Lane from My Piru got his chain snatched by some Southside Compton Crips. Why would he walk up and say, what's up, big dog, to you when his homeboy just got his chain snatched from somebody from your hood, man? You see what I'm saying? It's so many twists in this month. This nigga lying through his teeth. But the reason why he's caught up for this shit is because the same statements that he wrote in that book, the book is supposed to be fake. Of too many people, it's so many witnesses that's involved with this case that a lot of people validated and confirmed exactly the shit that he wrote in his book before the book came out. That's why they charged that man, and that's why he's not getting up out of this. Let's get it.
After the fight, that was all our plans. So everybody was coming to the cafe, and I've seen some of our partners from 11-8 East Coast Crips. They're like,
Coast Gang!
Hey, they just jumped on your nephew. Like, who? Said some death row. Like, bullshit. They're like, yeah. And we ran into the lane inside the lobby.
So y'all ran into your nephew, Orlando. What did he say to you?
He just said they jumped on him and stuff like that. And I asked him, was he all right? He said his shoulder's kind of up. I guess from getting kicked in the shoulder or something, he said his shoulder was up.
How mad was he?
I was more mad than him. Yeah. Why would you know what's up? Know people
That's
that is.
motive. You giving too much.
So what exactly did he tell you? Did he tell you like, yo, Tupac jumped on me, or
he just said the death row jumped on him?
And the only injury he had was his shoulder.
His shoulder was kind of.
So pretty revealing details there by Keefe D, as former NYPD Commander Corey Pegues is back with me here in studio. And Corey, as we listen to this interview, was that not enough for the police to act on something?
Well, I believe that Keefe D was implicated very early on in the investigation. And watching this interview, just the portion that we have seen, he's not really making any incriminating statements. He's basically saying that he was in Vegas. That's his nephew. His nephew got jumped, but he's not saying anything about the shooting. So they had already spoken with Keefe D a few times, the police. I'm quite sure they have interviewed him a few times, but he never didn't give the linchpin where they could just say, okay, we got to lock him up now.
Now, keep in mind, 14 years ago, he did talk to the cops and they made a deal. He was going to tell them some details about the incident, but he was not going to be prosecuted. But now he has been, And what is the difference between then and now? What was it that he said that could possibly make him now be arraigned?
Well, we don't know what the deal was. Was it a statute of limitations on the deal and he didn't know and now he's out? Because it doesn't make sense. If he had this deal where he couldn't get prosecuted, why would he be out talking? So that just makes me believe when he had a deal for a certain case, I don't know what the deal was for. It was probably for one particular case. And after that case was taken down, the deal was done. And now he's back in the game.
Well, I'm sure we're going to learn more from that courtroom later on today. I want to go back to that interview because later on in that interview we just saw, he touched on the way he was feeling when Tupac was in the hospital. Take a listen.
Just take me through that week where y'all in LA and Tupac is in the hospital. Everything is on the news.
Yeah,
What was your
mindset? That MTV man, he made me sick. What's his name? Mike Lipkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that mother was that moon man. Oh, I hated that. You know.
But how was you feeling, man? Like Tupac being in there for a whole week, you know, people saying he gonna survive, you know.
How was I feeling?
Yeah, like how was you feeling? Like, because everything is on the news, it's rumors going around that y'all did it. Tupac is in the hospital fighting for his life. Just take me through that entire week where, you know, all this is going on.
I'm a crip from the streets, bro.
But this is a high-file situation, yo. Like, everything is on the news, MTV.
And I lost my mom at 15. So it ain't nothing I really, you know, I didn't feel nothing. Just another day, I had to keep it moving. Plus, I'm responsible for 300-400 kilos. That's just part of the business.
Well, as you watch that, Corey, I mean,
Now I want y'all to pay attention to that. Look what he said. Nigga, we talking about kilos. Now, you know, a lot of y'all probably don't know, but you know what I'm saying? You talking about in the 90s, bruh. You was probably getting a kilo for probably what? Man, 15.5. You know what I'm saying? And back in them days, a nigga come drop off a low rider, nigga, and get, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, and get a brick, you know what I'm saying, get a bird, a whole chicken. You see what I'm saying? This nigga was slanging chickens, my nigga. You understand me? So this tell you that Keefe D was not no just average nigga from Southside Compton Crip, nigga. This nigga we talking about 300 chickens? Nigga, that nigga got the pigeon coop. Nigga, you see what I'm saying? 13, 14,000, maybe 10. Let's be honest. It could have been at 10 because shit, when I came to the dope game was around 17.5. You see what I'm saying? And I used to really run some dope. You know what I'm saying? Those that really know when I was fucking around, nigga, I used to do my thing. So yeah, man, think about this, right? Keefe D knows he gave him just enough. He got that proffer agreement and he wasn't charged. Now, if it was a statute of limitation on that proffer agreement, it might look, you got to realize, see, everybody like them, like, why now? It is statute of limitation when it comes to some of these deals that they be making. You see what I'm saying? That's just, listen, you know, you got to know your constitutional rights. You have to know your laws. They change all the time. They didn't charge him in 18. They didn't charge him in 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So what? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right, so we're looking at 6. So come on, bro. Come on, man. When I'm looking at this shit, that book that he wrote, he should have waited. He probably, like that dude said, he probably didn't know how long, you know what I'm saying, he had with the understanding and the agreement that he made with them. But then again, this takes me back to it. You a crip, nigga. Why snitch on your nephew? Why tell on your nephew? You understand why? Nigga, I don't know nothing. I didn't see nothing. If they didn't catch the gun, clearly, because they didn't have no gun. There's no gun to prosecute anybody in that case. There's no gun. I don't think forensic was able to capture gunpowder or anything like of that sense. So why speak, bro? Why even say, oh, my nephew did it? Nobody was charged from that case, from this case. This shit ain't adding up. But one thing for sure, that proffer agreement is probably why these niggas are now they able to double back and recharge that nigga. It's too long. Taxpayers' money is still getting spent on this case. They want to get this shit over with. Let's go.
It doesn't seem like he feels any sympathy, really. He was seen chuckling, laughing. This is a man who self-describes himself as a hardened gangster. So when you look at his demeanor and how he is, are you surprised at where we are now?
No, not necessarily, but when you're in that life, that's what it is. So I'm not surprised at what he's saying. But if you go back to the previous interview, the clip we was looking at early when he was talking about the incident inside of the hotel, some of this stuff, just his body. I'm not an expert, but his body language, his movement, some of it looked like he was fabricating to me, just for me a little bit. So I don't know like how intimately he was involved in this, but we do know that he was in the vehicle because he placed himself inside of the vehicle. And the difference between him being a hardened criminal and now, I don't know, but you asked me earlier, who's going to be subpoenaed? I can't wait to see what his wife says. That's going to be the key, his wife.
Well, as a former NYPD commander, how difficult is it to execute a search warrant, to now go into his house to look for all the little details involved in this?
Well, it's not that difficult if you have the information. So once you have the information and you go to a judge to get the judge to so order, once the judge listens to what you have, the judge is going to say yay or nay. Like, you got to go back and get some more, or wow, here we go, so ordered. I'm signing it, take the door.
Could we see a bombshell? Could we see him come out and say there was someone else that was also involved in this?
Want a doctor that focuses on resolving autoimmunity instead of just managing it to keep you as a patient forever?
His demeanor, you don't know what this guy, I think he's a loose cannon. So we don't know what he's going to say. We don't know what he said on the interviews before. So I'll be excited to see the list the prosecution has for people that's coming out to speak.
Why do you think this case has really captivated not only the hip hop world, but any true crime junkie, the media? We love this case.
We love this case because Tupac was a trailblazer. I mean, this guy went from talking about F the police to Brenda had a baby, So he went to all different gamuts, his pendulum swung from being this lover to being this whole gangster. And then you have all in between. So he actually, if you took the gangster away from him, you look at old videos of him, he looks like an all-American kid that was a middle-class guy before he started, got with Death Row. He was like an all-American guy.
Did you think that at all he had in his mind, knowing that Nevada does not have the statute of limitations for a murder case? I mean, basically, it could be 50 years. He could still be charged. Did you think that went through his mind at all before?
That y'all heard that? Now, this is where it starts to get cold at. It's no statute of limitation on murder in the state of Nevada. It don't matter if it's 50 years. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's 100 years. They need to close this case. Look, it's taxpayers' money being spent on this case every fucking year. That shit is tallying up. Biggie's case, they try to listen. So two of the greatest, biggest icons allegedly was killed by some people from Compton. They said a nigga named Poochie from Ludus Park killed Biggie, right? And they said a nigga from Southside Compton Crip killed Tupac. Look at the connection. You see what I'm saying? Compton. It's all stemming from Compton. At first, we looking at it like, wait a minute. When niggas was blaming Suge Knight, they like, Suge Knight went to Nevada. He has a connection out here. Then Keefe D allegedly walked up Suge Knight allegedly walked up to Keefe D and said, what up, big dog? The day before the fight? After knowing the fact that your homeboy Trayvon Lane got packed out by his homeboys, you mean to tell me, nigga don't give a fuck how big Suge Knight is? That's why I say Keefe D is lying about a lot of that shit. He knew he could only say so much information because this was gonna be his trump card. He's not dumb. This is a nigga that allegedly say he was playing with 300 kilos. Listen, bro. it don't take no rocket science to really move some work. Just like it don't take a rocket science. Some of the baddest bitches got some good pussy and that can fuck good, but don't have common sense. There's some pretty bitches out here that's fine, probably that fire, but dumb as fuck. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't take a rocket science. You see what I'm saying? Now, on the other hand, I don't believe that Suge Knight will walk up and shake your hand knowing that now Trayvon Lane, who is Trayvon Lane? Trayvon Lane is a reputable nigga from Mob Piru. This is Suge Knight's one of his right-hand mans. This is his right here. This is his dog right here. That's just like, yo, we knock out your dog teeth. We beat up your homeboy, right? We beat him up bad. Take his chain, and then the next day we see you at the fight at the hotel, and you think you gonna walk up and say, "Oh, what up, big dog?" Like you ain't tripping that a nigga just beat your homeboy up, took his chain. You paid for that chain. So basically, nigga, he beat him up, but nigga, he robbed him for the chain that you gave him. That's not adding up. And that's why I say a lot of this shit is gonna stem from look, you already got you gotta realize, right? They're gonna try to make it seem like so first of all, Hit 'Em Up. Hit 'Em Up was one that went platinum. Hit 'Em Up was so fucking big, Puffy couldn't take that shit. Let's be clear. When I look back at the footage, man, that was some pressure from that nigga, man. Look, nigga, Tupac, nigga, slayed everybody with that Hit 'Em Up, nigga. He put him on top of the charts. You see what I'm saying? On top of that, you had some Mob Piru niggas in a fucking big ass. To me, I don't think Suge Knight was the monster niggas portray him to be, right? Because of the fact that I know for sure, niggas, hey, bro, I don't give a fuck how big you is. Niggas is grown men out here. Niggas is playing with chopsticks, nigga. If you want me to go do something, nigga, put some money in my hand. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's rumors that Suge Knight, mind you, the nigga who killed Biggie, this is where it get tricky because remember, Suge Knight said if you find out who killed Tupac, you'll find out who killed Biggie, right? Now, it's documentation that Suge Knight gave Poochie, the one who killed Biggie Smalls, a house, Rolls Royce, and a couple thousands of dollars. Took care of that man, right? Ludus Park, short nigga, 5'5", killing nigga, woo. Took care of that nigga. So it's a connection there. But also, when you looking at what's going on, it just doesn't add up. It's not making sense. Nobody's going to believe that Orlando Anderson snatched Trayvon Lane's chain at the Lakewood Mall in California. Y'all end up randomly meeting each other, seeing each other, running into each other at the hotel, at the MGM, in the parking lot around Valet. And Suge Knight, out of everybody, he just jump up and say, "What's up, big dog?" to you. Come on, bro. This nigga lying, bro. It's too much. Like, you know, that's why I say I see through limo tent, bro. Like, I literally see through limo tent. This nigga he lying.
Spouting to everyone about all the details.
No, I firmly believe, and you can see he's not so educated just watching him talk and stuff.
Right.
But he's a gangster, and these gangsters, and again, in my experience,
Hold
these
on,
gangsters
Jive,
really
hold on,
think that
Jive,
they can get away with murder. And that's why we have prisons full of them all day. Some of them are probably innocent, but most of them that commit crimes, they get.
Hold on, Jive.
What goes into it? What can
It's some smart niggas that gang bang, bro. Everybody ain't dumb. Man, what's up with this nigga hairline though? Man, that nigga shit go. What the fuck is this? Look at this nigga. This nigga got some. Oh my god. That nigga got that 1979 style, nigga. Mr. Clean on top and nigga Dub C on the sides. That nigga got them Dub C braids on the side, man. Not Dub C. What's my nigga name? From Trag New, from Minister Society. What's my nigga name? Man, what's that nigga name? All right, so I guess they not playing that part. They don't want us to hear it. All right, hold on. Let me fast forward it. MC8, my nigga, low life 414. Yeah, nigga got the MC8 braids on the side, nigga, with the Mr. Clean on top. Oh shit. This nigga out of control, boy. Hey, good look at OG Troll, man. Hold up. Let's fast forward this shit. Nigga want to see what's going on.
I'm a professional entrepreneur and I'm a professional investor. I have no stocks, I have no bonds, I have no.
To confirm in 2 weeks, then I'm going to appoint counsel in 2 weeks because we got to get this case moving. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Goodman, you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue this case for 2 weeks. That date is?
November 2nd at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
All right. Domingo?
Thank you, Judge. I'm here on the short phone, page 3.
1 second.
Arraignment. First lawyer, then
This trial to stop.
All right, yeah. So as y'all see, man, this they about to break him down. You see how they're doing interviews? They saying, look, you can tell this guy is not educated. You see what I'm saying? He's not smart enough.
To confirm in 2 weeks, then I'm going to appoint counsel in 2 weeks because we got to get this case moving. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Goodman, you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue this case for 2 weeks. That date is?
November 2nd at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Domingo?
Thank you, Judge. I'm here on the short phone, page 3.
1 second.
can't confirm at this point, but I need another 2 weeks. And the judge is like, no, in 2 weeks, either I'm gonna have to assign somebody. We got to get this case going. So we're still having some issues right now legally with the lawyer.
What factors go into that?
Well, the lawyer has to be compensated if there's a paid lawyer. If she's a legal lawyer, like if she's assigning a lawyer, it's coming, from the legal aid society, then they're getting paid their salary, they will represent him. Well, he's getting a personal lawyer, they have to get paid. And I think that might be a problem right there, because this is a second arraignment. First lawyer didn't show up. Now we have another lawyer that said, I can't really confirm.
All right, so right now, like once again, his lawyer he has a hotshot lawyer. His mama is the mayor of Nevada, right? Now this is some of the reason why they pushed the court date back, because he has to get a retainer. He has not paid him. Now this is where it's gonna get tricky, because you see what they saying. They saying, listen, that house that he owned, that house that Keefe got, he gave it to his ex-wife. He's no longer with her. She's gonna have to give up that house. So right now they pushing it back because that lawyer ain't got his money. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that's going on. They just, man, look, they already saying that they just put Puff Daddy's name on the indictment list. You see what I'm saying? So Puff Daddy's finna be indicted any day now. We can see that coming. It don't take a rocket science to just sit back and just watch this shit unfold. But this lawyer, you don't want to get no public pretender. This is a murder case. This is a high profile case. Now you just get a regular lawyer, you might as well go ahead and just do the rest of your time. You see what I'm saying? Because the inside channels could easily persuade some shit and get you to lose that case. Come with a weak ass defense. We're talking about trying a case. You see what I'm saying? Anybody can get a lawyer, but you have to know how to try a case of this altitude. So until that nigga pay that money, they pushed it back, right? So his next court hearing, if they don't got that money and he can't get he can't get an appointed lawyer, he's gonna have to run with a public defender. Now, this is the thing. He said his wife, that wife is gonna get involved because she been with this man for X amount of years, for so many fucking years. If they get up under her skin and figure out a loophole to convict her for knowing, you know what I'm saying, conspiracy, whatever they want to charge her with, whatever they find and convict her, which if they know how to do it right, when they interview her and interrogate her ass, she's going to snitch on that nigga Keefe and tell him everything that he's holding back. Let's go.
At this point, so we'll see what happens. I think it's going to end up being an assigned lawyer.
Well, when that actually does happen, what do you think the defense's case here is going to be? What is their biggest thing they're going to pinpoint here?
Well, the defense case is going to be pretty obvious, saying that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He was in the vehicle. And they might even go, because he's been talking so much, they might just be saying things like, this guy's, loose lips. Maybe we need to do a psychological evaluation. Like all of these things they're going to be trying to defend him with. But he placed himself in the car, so you can't get out of that. So the only defense they're going to have is he didn't have anything to do with the murder. He was just driving. He never passed a gun. I believe that's exactly what they're going to say.
Well, if we move forward and, this case goes on.
And this is why I don't understand. Listen, now, if y'all look in the book that Keefe D wrote, Keefe D admitted, let me say this real fast and we're going to get back to it. You see how they saying that? They're going to say that he never passed in the gun? Keefe D admitted. We know that Keefe D admitted to passing the gun to his nephew. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what this bonehead talking about. They're gonna say, oh, he didn't pass the gun, he had nothing to do with it. It don't matter. This don't take a rocket science. If niggas about to put the murder game down, right? I pass you the gun and you go shoot the nigga. Not only are you going to jail, I'm going to jail because I'm the one that provided the gun. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about, but I hope y'all start paying attention, because when niggas, the problem is this: 75% of the people that's incarcerated, that's innocent, they cop a plea deal. Even if they guilty, they didn't have enough to convict a lot of these dudes. They came with a little bit of time, and people pled guilty because of their own conscience and their intuition. Most people never try their case. Most people never go to trial. You see what I'm saying? Keefe D has to go to trial on this because it's all or nothing. Let's go.
Do you think he should testify?
With the way he's talking, I don't think any lawyer in the world will put him on the stand.
He might want to because of his ego, because listen, this is a guy that wants to be heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's the client. The client is the one that makes the decision, but I'm pretty sure the lawyers will be telling him, you should refrain from this. Unless you're really ready to go to prison for a very long time, stay off the stand.
Well, that would be smart. I'm sure people are going to advise upon that, but he may argue that he wants to talk. He did talk during the body cam footage as well when he was arrested. We're going to take a quick look at that and then talk about it on the other side.
Oh, yep.
Man, that nigga running his fucking mouth, gang. Look how he talking. This nigga had... Man, listen. Anybody, you have the right to shut the fuck up. What the fuck is you... What the fuck is you talking for? You got to listen, anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You see what I'm saying? Every time, man, I'm telling you, man, anytime, nigga, I'm not running my mouth. I'm not doing none of that shit. Would you like to talk? Lawyer? Okay, sure. Okay, all right, no problem. Let me know when I can use the phone. That's it. That's it. That's all. All this shit he's doing is incriminating himself. Now, the Compton Street Legend book, they're going to read that book in trial. They're going to ask him. Now, if he do take that stand, his ass is grass, Jack. You see what I'm saying? I do believe he's going to snitch. Damn, man, this motherfucker been on my nose. Man, God damn. I do believe that when this shit start getting ugly, Faith Evans going to be in this court date. Watch how big this shit be. Faith Evans, mark my word. Foxy Brown, Faith Evans, Snoop Dogg, Jada Pinkett, all of these people, bro. It's been, man, Mike Tyson. Mike, your ass grass, Jack. It's so many people, man, that's finna get caught up in this fucking twist, bro. It don't even make no sense.
So he knows how to deal with the police. You can see he's laughing, he's talking, he's asking for a sip of water. His hands is behind his back. There's no resistance whatsoever. And he's just ready. Like, all right, I've been through this before. Take me down to the county jail. Let's get this done.
Well, he said, I'm only going out for a walk. And as he was walking, the cops approached him. It almost seemed like he wasn't taken by surprise. It almost seems like he wakes up every morning feeling, oh, when are they going to come for me?
Exactly. Yeah, that was the very early footage, which we didn't show. Yeah, it was like he's ready, just like, hey, I'm here.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch.
Keefe D, let's go. I've been waiting for you.
There was no resist at all.
No resistance whatsoever. But again, him resisting doesn't even make sense. You probably got 25 cops there. You see they're heavily armored. Where's he going? He didn't have a firearm on him. So he was just going for a morning walk. It didn't even make sense to resist. But because of his demeanor, it was easier for the cops. We like when people comply. Put your hands behind your back. We give you water. I'll let you drink the whole bottle. That's nice. All we want to do is get home safe. We don't want any officers getting hurt. So this actually is an arrest that the police love because we don't have to engage in fighting or resisting.
Well, he's had many interactions with police over the past few years, past decade. But I think one that stands out is that there was one time where a cop had questioned him and he said, yeah, I'm involved on what happened in one of the biggest rap murder cases ever, September 7th, 1996. In fact, he was boasting that, hey, I'm involved in that case. So it almost seems to me he wants to get caught.
Yes, or again, Michelle, he really thought that he could get away with this because it's so long. You got to understand, it's like your kids, right? You put cookies in the jar. You tell them don't take a cookie out the jar. They keep taking the cookie. There's no punishment. You're not taking their phone, their television away. They're going to keep taking the cookies. So this guy was getting away for so long. He's like, hey, I could boast. I could talk about it. Nobody's coming at me. I've already said numerous times. I was in a vehicle. There was discussion and I passed the gun off to Orlando. That right there, him incriminating himself passing the gun, I don't know why he wasn't locked up at that point.
Right.
Well, can you describe a little bit about that relationship? Orlando Anderson, who was his nephew, he was murdered 2 years later after Tupac Shakur was murdered. Obviously, once again, if you guys are just joining us, Keefe D is the only living suspect. Oh, before I finish that thought, there is a presser now going on right now, so I want to take us to that.
Get hired to review the grand jury transcripts or to prepare a motion.
I can put in release on bail. So he can't really do much at this point because he's not officially his attorney.
Well, what I also got away from that, Matt, and as we were watching that, he said he hasn't reviewed all the materials about this case yet, but he does believe there's, a whole defense here, and that's that they don't have a weapon, they don't have any of that, and also he's the only living suspect. How big of that is it in play here?
Well, Michelle, anytime you're dealing with a homicide that occurred 27 years ago, and now you're trying to prosecute that case, it's always going to be difficult. And there's always going to be opportunity for the defense to make something out of, missing witnesses, unavailable witnesses, witnesses who are now deceased or potential witnesses, the murder weapon, all those things, play a role in a case like this. And the fact that it's taken 27 years to make an arrest and to proceed with the prosecution all works in favor of the defense.
All right. And of course, our Anjanette Levy is in Las Vegas. She is covering this for us on Law and Crime. We hope to hear from her very soon. We do need to take another quick break here. Much more to do here on a very busy day of trial coverage. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Give me 30 seconds. I'll make you 20% more on your e-commerce, TikTok, and Facebook ads. Actually, only take 10 seconds.
Law and Crime, I'm Michelle Yu. If you're just joining us, the arraignment for Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was delayed once again for the 1996 death of rapper Tupac Shakur. Law and Crime's Anjanette Levy was inside that courthouse for the hearing, and she is here with us now to bring us the latest. Thank you so much, Anjanette. What were the vibes inside that courtroom?
Well, Michelle, it was kind of like Groundhog Day. We were all here 2 weeks ago for this same procedure, the same arraignment hearing. It was continued yet again. This time, though, Keefe D had a lawyer present. That's Dwayne Davis. His street name is Keefe D, of course. And his name is Ross Goodman. He does high-profile cases here in Las Vegas. His mother is the mayor of Las Vegas. And he asked for a 2-week delay because he said he's still finalizing the representation agreement with Dwayne Davis. And so there are some things that are still going to need to be worked out. So this arrangement.
So finalizing the arrangement. So what he's saying is he's willing to take the case. He's probably even gonna give him a good deal because this not only helps Keefe D, but this helps the lawyer. You see what I'm saying? So Mr. Goodman knows that he can't try this case for free. It's the resources. It's gonna cost a lot of late hours and long nights to try this case. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a murder trial. You know how much a murder trial goes for? Y'all look that shit up. A murder trial is not even cheap. Let alone something happened from 27 years ago. Yeah, it might decrease, but it might even be higher because it's a high profile case. You see what I'm saying? So Keefe D wife gonna have to give up that house. Now that house that, you know what I'm saying? She probably, look, I'm pretty sure he owned that house. He been in that house for a long time. If you look at the estimate of that house, if that house valued anywhere at 600, 700,000, come on, man. Hey, nigga, you talking about nigga what? I will try that case for that house. That house has value in it. He don't have the equity, the money to do it. Why not? Nigga, go ahead and try that case. Even if he lose, tell that bitch to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm sorry your ex-husband lost his case, man, but yeah, I need you to get up out of there, or you can stay in there and pay me rent. Whatever that situation is, but he still got to pay other people. So I don't think it's just gonna go behind that house. But man, if he pull that, this is the time where he needs to get in contact with Diddy. He has to figure out how he gonna get a lawyer to get paid. You see what I'm saying? Because without that lawyer, if they give him a signed lawyer, it's over. It's over for him.
Arraignment will be continued until November 2nd. Same vibe as last time, really. A little less media there. I did not see Keefe D's family here this time, but I did meet up with a friend of his who came to support him. He wasn't in the courtroom, but he was outside the courtroom. So you could see Keefe D. I mean, he's very serious. He knows this is serious. It doesn't get any more serious than this in the legal system. He is facing a murder charge with a gang enhancement. So it's a case that is a very high profile case here in Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas Police Department and the DA have said that this is an important case, or that he was telling it as a work of fiction. This was supposed to be a nonfiction account of what happened. So what are the new
Give you 2 weeks, but in 2 weeks we got to get this case moving. So if Mr. Goodman isn't going to be able to confirm in 2 weeks, then I'm going to appoint counsel in 2 weeks because we got to get this case moving. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Goodman, you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, we'll continue this case for 2 weeks. And the date is
November 2nd at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So there you have it. That was the very quick hearing for Keefe D, whose real name is Dwayne Davis. Welcome back to Law and Crime, everyone. Our focus right now is what's happening out in Las Vegas for that arraignment for Dwayne Keefe Davis. It was delayed once again, and this, of course, for the 1996 death of rapper Tupac Shakur. Law and Crime's Anjanette Levy is there and has more for us now. Anjanette, the arraignment delayed once again, as I just mentioned. What was Keefe D's demeanor like in court today?
Well, Michelle, he walked in, he looked very serious. I mean, this is a guy who's been in Vegas, in the Vegas area, I should say, for many, many years. He's granted interviews. We're used to seeing him in, nice clothes, but this was a different Keefe D than we've seen on YouTube and in the Death Row Chronicles on BET. He's wearing a jail jumpsuit. He's got his wrists shackled at his waist.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to what she just said, and we about to finish this out. Now, listen. When I say you have to learn your rights, Keefe D do not have to attend any court date, any hearing arrangement, anything. If you have a lawyer, a paid lawyer, it is a part of your constitutional rights. You can have somebody represent you as representation. Most people never use that. Listen. If that was me, knowing what I know now, you would never see my face. Only person you would see in that court is the lawyer. the perception when people see him in them blues like that, you automatically, they're going to be looking at the shit that you said from the book, the shit that you said on these interviews. You do not have to show up for court. I'm telling everybody, you need to know your constitutional rights. You do not have to appear at court. They say, come on, you have the right to refuse. Your lawyer, you might have to come up to the court. You'll be downstairs, but you don't have to come in front of that judge. Nobody has to come in front of a judge if you have a lawyer. It's a right that they do not tell you. I'm telling y'all this because I unfortunately have lawyers in my family. You see what I'm saying? And most people don't even utilize their rights. They don't even know it. Most people don't advise that. You don't have when you have a traffic ticket, right? Most of the time, what do you do with a traffic ticket? You don't go to court. You pay some lawyer to go to court for you, and you don't never have to show your face. It's the same thing. People just don't know man, learn your rights, bro. I'll tell you that right now. Let's go.
He looked very serious, very concerned. This is not a laughing matter. It's no joke. So it was very serious. He spoke with his lawyer very briefly. They're still finalizing a retainer agreement. I spoke with Ross Goodman briefly after he gave a press conference down here a short time ago. And he said, there's just some things we need to work out before I can confirm that I am indeed representing him. I should mention that Edie Fall, the attorney that Keefe D mentioned last time we were all in court for this, he is a California attorney, a defense attorney in California, and he is going to, or at least planning to, he told me today, be admitted pro hoc vice here in Las Vegas, in Nevada, so he can assist with the representation of Dwayne Davis. He has worked with Dwayne Davis in the past, and he actually represented Orlando Anderson in the 1990s, 1996, 97, when he was being asked whether or not he was involved in the shooting death of Tupac Shakur. Orlando Anderson, of course, is Dwayne Davis's nephew, the man that Dwayne Davis says he tossed the Glock in the backseat of the car, and then Orlando Anderson shot Tupac Shakur. They had that confrontation at the MGM Grand earlier that night. So obviously, everything I'm saying is according to Dwayne Davis's book, Compton Street Legend. This is what he wrote. Innocent until proven guilty, though, of murder here in the state of Nevada.
And Jeanette, what can you tell us a little bit about Ross Goodman, the lawyer for Keefe Davis? I understand, I heard you say before that his mother is the mayor of Las Vegas. What else can you tell us about him?
Well, I just know that he has handled some high-profile cases out here in Las Vegas. He represented a Cincinnati Bengal at one point in time who got in some trouble. He's done some other high-profile cases. So he is somebody who is used to the spotlight and is an aggressive defense attorney. He's somebody who's very well known here in the courthouse. You heard Gabe Grasso earlier saying he's tried cases with him and he's a capable lawyer. This is somebody who specializes in criminal defense. He is not, some civil lawyer who dabbles in criminal defense. This is what he does. And Ross Goodman said he thinks that he is already seeing defenses to this case. So it will be interesting to see if he indeed confirms that he is, in fact, representing Dwayne Davis on November 2nd. If they finalize that retainer agreement, it will be very interesting to see how he conducts himself throughout this case, the posture he takes. Obviously, during the press conference, he's representing his client. He is saying, there are numerous reasons that Keefe D may have made these statements and said these things in interviews and in his book, and of course, in that the proffer that took place back in 2008, 2009.
And Jeanette, tell us a little bit more about the next steps. I mean, when do you predict that they will finally see a jury to this?
Well, we don't even know if it'll go to trial, Michelle, really, in all actuality. On November 2nd, Keefe D will enter, we anticipate, he will enter a not guilty plea to that murder charge that carries a gang enhancement. And after that, it's possible that the judge sets a trial date sometime out unless Dwayne Davis asserts his right to a speedy trial. A trial date could be set, or they could set some status conference dates, things of that nature. And then, Ross Goodman has to get the discovery in this case. There are hundreds of pages of grand jury transcripts that are available. I've read them all. He will be reading them all. He'll also get whatever evidence the state has against Dwayne Davis, and have to review that and figure out what is the best path forward. If he asserts his right to a speedy trial, then he'll get a speedy trial, and it'll take place sometime early next year. If he delays it, if he waives his right to a speedy trial, I mean, it could be still sometime later next year. It just really depends.
Well, Anjanette, if this does go to trial, I mean, since the shooting was so long ago, is it possible that the jury will be less biased and know less about the case than they might have been years ago?
You know, that's very possible. This has been covered quite heavily in the news, but if you ever sit through jury selection, there are people who simply do not watch the news. There are people who don't pay attention to these types of things. And so I don't think that it would be that difficult to seat a jury in this case. This is a pretty big county, Clark County, Nevada. You know, this is Las Vegas. There are a lot of people who live here. So there's a pretty large jury pool from which you could select a jury.
And finally, Anjanette, was there anyone in that courtroom that was related to Keefe D that was there that stood out that you want to point out?
No, Michelle, we did not see anybody who appeared to be family or friends in the courtroom. I met a man outside of the courtroom afterwards who didn't make his way into the courtroom during the hearing, but he was a friend of Dwayne Davis, and he showed up, and he didn't really want to say anything at this point, but he did show up to support his friend.
Well, Anjanette, again, if this does go to trial, do you expect it to be a zoo like some of the other high-profile cases that you have covered in your career? I mean, because at the end of the day, this is, if not the biggest hip-hop murder case that ever took place.
You know, it could be, Michelle. It could be, or it could be one of those things where we've been allowed to live stream the proceedings thus far. A lot of times when you live stream a proceeding, you have an influx of media and other people at the very beginning of the case, and then it kind of dies down throughout the case because people can cover it and watch it from other locations. They don't have to be physically present at the courthouse. So it could be, but it is interesting. Both last time we were here and this time, we've only seen maybe two sets of fans between the last court appearance and this court appearance. So we aren't seeing throngs of fans showing up. So I think that you're not going to see a lot of that. And we're in Las Vegas. I mean, you're not going to get maybe hardcore Tupac fans from LA traveling here and things like that. They can watch it on YouTube, our YouTube channel. They can watch it other ways.
Well, I know you've been speaking to some very interesting people inside that courthouse, as we heard before, the former attorney for O.J. Simpson. Who can we expect to be your guest the next hour?
Well, if she is still walking around here, I am going to speak with a Tupac fan from Washington State who traveled here. And she and her husband are really the only set of fans we've seen here at the hearing today. But she seems...
All right, let's stop there, man. What the fuck you mean somebody from Washington drove all the way to fucking Nevada for oh man, this is crazy, bro. This is unprecedented, gang. First of all, we know Keefe D been lying. We know Keefe D lying. We know he holding back, which is he smart. I'm not finna tell y'all shit. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, shit. Nigga, his life probably just got back good or something. We don't know what it is, but for sure, his wife is gonna have to, they gonna put his wife on the stand. His ex-wife, she's going on the stand. He better hope he ain't never ran his mouth. You know how these niggas is, they get the pillow talking. You see what I'm saying? If you told your wife anything that can help this case, your ass grass, Jack. Let's go.
She's like a pretty avid fan, and she said she's also a TikTok influencer. So we are going to track her down and bring her on in the next hour.
Finally, we look forward to that, of course, Anjanette. But do you think, you mentioned that there were not a lot of people, not a lot of fans. Do you feel that at some point this will pick up and it'll really gain more traction? Because at the end of the day, this is a case that people are still talking about, though.
Well, I think there is a lot of interest in the case, and maybe it will gain more traction. But traveling to Las Vegas, unless you live here, traveling to Las Vegas is a lot to come to a proceeding where somebody is simply supposed to enter a plea of not guilty. So maybe in the future, as we approach a trial date, it will pick up steam. But I think for now, people are just kind of hanging back and watching. There were people I anticipated would be here today who have connections to this case who ended up not coming. So maybe they just decided to stay at home and watch from there.
Well, as you were just talking, I want to get back talking a little bit more about the demeanor of Keefe Davis, because as
recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
And you're never supposed to ask a woman her age, but I'm going to just ask you. I mean, were you a child when Tupac Shakur was killed? I mean,
I was. He passed away before I was even born.
Okay.
I was born in 1999.
Okay, got it. But you like his music. You told me you have some signs outside, things of that nature. What is it about his music and about him that you appreciate so much?
I like his songs a lot, and especially his song about his mom, because like my mom passed away when I was 4. So that tremendously makes a big impact on my life. And I just was like so happy to hear like that the person that me and my
Oh my God, man. Hey, man. Oh my God. Hey, man. He was born in 99. Man, come on, bro. You not there for, man. Come on, bro. She seen the opportunity. She seen that camera. You know what I'm saying? She needed that airtime, man.
My dad loves him. Like, he's like, because I had like on Facebook, like cover photo, I made him my cover photo, Tupac. But besides the point, like, I just started following a few things about Tupac, saw that the dude Keefe got arrested for allegedly being around or whatever.
But you traveled here from Seattle, so obviously this meant something to you. You're a TikTok influencer. What do you plan on doing with this on TikTok?
I'm making a point that people need to show up and make a point to be here for the people that aren't able to speak for themselves.
Well, Brianna, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a safe trip.
I'm done. Hey, man, first of all, she can't even talk proper. No disrespect, but what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? People need to show up. Man, you wasn't even born when that shit happened, man. Get somebody that I don't know, that can really speak proper. You know what I mean? This ain't. I'm just saying, man. I don't understand the relevance of what she was trying to say. I didn't get it. I couldn't identify it. I just didn't get it. You should have brought her daddy. You should have brought her daddy. Her daddy should have been the one talking. Whoever the fuck that was, because that shit right there, gang. I don't know, man. But anyway, look, man. I want to thank y'all for pulling up, man. That's my time. Boys to men, this is the end of the road, baby. I want to thank y'all for pulling up. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all decided to pull up, rock with me. I appreciate it. If you ain't hit the subscribe button, subscribe, man. Tell me, Nina, keep dropping this fire-ass reactions. We doing it, man. If y'all fall in this situation, man, hey, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 100K, man. We at 72 right now, man. Let's make this motherfucker go viral. And I'll see you on the next video. Gang.